Hey everybody, it is Kit here. Happy Tuesday and welcome back to the Brooks Legacies. Well, not really the Brooks, although the Brooks are in it, technically. Welcome back to the Fractured Wanderer Tales, our Sims 4 story, and it's time. It is time for Sally to find Marin and see where she has been this entire time, and to kind of just close out that portion of her existence of where the heck is Marin. It feels a little funny for her, and also like from a story standpoint, it's a little weird, right? It's like there's no real resolution. Okay, she's just here now. I guess I'll just like keep existing. I'll keep watch. We don't know why. Cool, this is where she's at. But that's kind of where her story is at the moment, and there is a reason. There is a whole bunch of, you know, story and things to be revealed and plans that I have, but at the moment, it's not like Sally knows them, and it's not the right time to share them. So for the moment, this is kind of where this little inquiry part of Sally's story ends, of the Where is Marin arc. So, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoy it. We are still on the beach episodes, and probably will be for a little bit. So, I hope you guys get like Jackson, basically, because there's a lot of Jackson. Anyway, I hope y'all are having a good day, and let's get into it. A little while later, after the sun had gone down and Sally and Jackson had lounged in comfortable silence, Jackson spoke up quietly. Are you ready to go see where Marin Brooks has been? It shouldn't have been that big of a deal, truly, but Sally had jumping frogs in her stomach all the same. After all this time, all of the worry and searching, this is what all of her efforts led to. Yes. It didn't take them long to get there via jet ski, but there it was. A humble work-in-progress beach shack with an eclectic bunch of items that reminded Sally of her slow building of her own home over the years. The paint was both new but beaten by the Sulani weather, but it suited Marin, or so Sally thought. Jackson watched her face quietly, saying nothing when she raised her phone to get a quick picture, but whether it was for her own memories or something else, Sally couldn't say. Is she home? Do you know? Yeah, she's coming around now. See her doing her laundry? Want to get closer? Sally nodded. But we can't. She can't see us. Don't worry about it. She won't sense us. Shadows enveloped the two of them, and together they made their way across the water. And there she was. Marin looked good here, too, Sally realized with nearly dizzying relief. Sulani's dress code suited Marin well, and Marin walked with such happiness and confidence. But still, Sally hesitated even when Jackson quietly prompted her closer, saying nothing even as the shadows they were cloaked by made sure they were hidden from all eyes. Sally's feet planted firmly in the sand, hesitation turning into a gut feeling of fear. Fear of being seen, of getting too close, of doing more than just observing. But her phone was able to get Sally closer, and it was there that she almost squealed in excitement. Marin! Marin was pregnant! Eden's granddaughter was having a baby! The Brooks family was going to have a fourth generation. They lived, despite everything. Another photo was snapped, and then it was Sally dragging Jackson away. She'd seen enough, had gotten closer than she probably should have, but Marin was happy. She was good, safe, and pregnant. It couldn't get much better than that, could it? Are you sure you don't want to see more? I can probably get you in her house without us being seen. Jackson stopped, seeing the tears in Sally's eyes. Wait, what's wrong? Nothing. Nothing. She's pregnant. Wow. Generation 4 is coming soon. Wow, Sally whispered, wiping tears of joy from her eyes. And no, I don't need in her house. That would be super levels of creepy. Jackson raised his eyebrows. But searching for her, internet stalking her entire family, having me track her down just to get as close as possible to take some photos, all without wanting her knowing isn't? If it wasn't for his tone and little smirk on his face, Sally wouldn't have been able to tell he was joking. Still, she blushed furiously. Well, when you put it like that, I I need to explain. Yeah, you do. But you can give me that tail tomorrow. Jackson looked around, taking in the serene beauty. Just enjoy the moment. She's good and pregnant. Yay. Plus, you know, waterfall. There was something like hunger in Jackson's eyes, and he suddenly stepped closer. The mood shifted, just a little bit. But what happened next, Sally didn't really see coming. No words were exchanged, even as Jackson took Sally's hand and pulled her closer to the waterfall. She thought maybe he was hungry, thirsty. Maybe Jackson wanted to feed from her. Or maybe he wanted to show her a frog that she heard ribbiting or get closer to that waterfall. But when his hands went down to her hips, pulling her closer, her heart sped up, but she accepted the embrace. And, well, no words were needed. Then the two broke the kiss, and Jackson turned to jump into the ocean, leaving Sally flustered and speechless. He observed her happily from the water, giving her space, just in case. Sally didn't seem upset. Rather, on the contrary. When they got back to the bungalow, it was Sally who pulled Jackson in for a hug, only after a moment's hesitation. Thank you, Jackson, for everything. Really. Of course. I'm glad I could help. Slowly, Sally pulled away, realizing that things between them had changed yet again. But she wasn't upset about it at all. And this... We could talk about it later if you want. His fingers graced her cheek. You're tired. Go get some sleep. Her lips were still tingling. Okay. Good night, Jackson. Night, Sals. It didn't take Sally long to fall asleep. Jackson could have joined her. Partially wanted to, but that would have been crossing lines. And he had crossed enough tonight. Not that he was feeling guilty about that at all. He was actually rather pleased. So pleased that Jackson found himself swinging on the playset and grinning like a loon. He felt like a kid again. Jackson didn't need sleep. He didn't think he needed anything other than this elated feeling to sustain him for a very long time. Jackson probably shouldn't have done that. Kissing her. Done any of this, really. That kiss meant a lot to him. To her. And for everything. Sally could be used against him. She could be in danger because of him. Jackson still doesn't know what she is. Or what her deal is with the Brooks. But, well, he is a Thanatos. Jackson went for what he wanted. And he wanted Sally. He wanted to kiss her and more. He was a patient hunter. He didn't want to hunt Sally, though. But kill for her? He'd probably do a lot more than that when all was said and done. That didn't bother him in the slightest. Tomorrow, they'd have to talk about a lot of things. But their vacation was still for several more days. And Jackson intended to make the most of it. So, not too many pictures, but I feel like a decent chunk of the story. So, I feel like this is a good spot to stop. Yeah, so Sally gets to see Marion. She took some photos. Interesting. Uh, yeah, they kissed. That's interesting. um, yeah. This may have been brewing between them for a while. I'm not upset. I said I love them. I said I've loved them for a while, so yeah. um, I could say so many things right now, but I feel like it's probably better if I don't and just let the story unfold, BC. I just want to sit and babble on for a little while, but I don't need to. So, yeah, I think for right now, at least until we do the Marin and Blaze week, I'll just do a Fractured Wanderer 1 day a week. I think that works for me. Tomorrow we'll have Xyala. I think she's got just one more, maybe two, and then she's good. And then really it's just Marion, Blaze, Fractured Wanderer, and Hope. To do, and then we will be pretty much into the fall season. And again, I stopped playing either the fall or the winter season, so we're getting there, y'all. That's pretty exciting. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think about it if you want. But Sally did, with Jackson's help, find Marin, and that little leaf is done and good. She sees Marin is pregnant, which means there's another baby, which is pretty exciting. But also, it's going to be a tiny bit difficult to keep track of Marin this time. At least it's somewhat easier with Andy because, again, it's not just, I mean, it's Eden's kids, now it's the grandkids. And when they're famous, it's easier to keep track of them because, fame, social media, all of that. And with Andy, it was a little difficult because, he wasn't really as much online, but he is in certain aspects and, in the news and stuff with the military, here and there in the news, here and there, but also his wife is a big celebrity as well. But Marin isn't part of the fame system. She's not famous. She doesn't do anything online. So how is Sally going to track her and make sure she's okay? And, even if she's not okay, again, what is Sally going to do? But that's part of who she is that she can't remember. So, yeah. But yeah, at least with Jackson's help at that moment, she knows Marin's alright. And yeah, so. And then they had a kiss, and they get to talk about all sorts of things next episode. So that will be next week. Zai is going to be tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you all so very much for watching. And don't forget, where the water so, legacies grow. Bye!